we're now at item 1, which is the welcome and agenda review. And very briefly, my welcome would consist of 1 or 2 comments. Then I'll invite the chair of NOMCOM within my comments to come and declare the results of the elections to the NRO that we just took. So very briefly, I want to say that we remain a very big, strong, and vibrant community. Our organization, AFRINIC, is making tremendous progress. You all have been very, very wonderful. As your chair, I've enjoyed tremendous goodwill and support from the board of directors. And as a collective, we have also enjoyed very, very tremendous goodwill from you members. We don't want the magic to stop. Thank you very much. But just a minor comment from me, because, you know, things start very small, calm wind, then they snowball into a hurricane, and there things become difficult to control. I personally think as a community, we should continue to do things with huge regards for ourselves, very deep regards. This afternoon when we were doing the NRO elections, we had candidates who spoke, but we had people come up to make direct solicitations. That may not be very appropriate, perhaps asking questions that seem to extract things would be great. But we also had direct personal attack. This may not be very useful moving forward. Let us minimize direct personal attack. Let us hold ourselves with huge regard and love as a community. I'm sure most of our storms would pass away, but the temptation to just have the last word at times can be very damaging to our collective respect for each other. On that note, members of AFRINIC, our friends from other RIRs, the community as a whole, welcome to this annual general members meeting. If you've seen very vibrant policy discussions yesterday, you will also see very vibrant organizational management discussions today. On that note, the chair welcomes the sub-chair, that's the chair of NOMCOM, to come and address members on the results. A round of applause for the chair of NOMCOM.
Thank you, the board chair. The result of the NRO election, the total number of votes were 162. 1 invalid. Mr. Mark Elkins, 26. Noah Minor, 135. Thank you. So Noah Minor is elected. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair NOMCOM. May I request until now candidate Noah Minor to remain standing? On behalf of the community, please accept our hearty congratulations. Oh, you have something to say? I'll give you the floor. 1 minute. Two seconds gone.
Thank you, Chair. I can't thank this community enough, and I'm really happy that you've heard our voice as the youth, and I really thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Noah, I also look forward to the day you will come and say, community, thank you for the opportunity to serve. If you do it well, it will be easier for you to say. On that note, we move on to the agenda. Any modifications, adjustments, corrections to the agenda? If none, the chair seeks a motion to adopt the agenda as circulated. Seeing no corrections, motion for adoption of the agenda. Motion moved by MJ Elkins. Any seconder? I see Fiona. Oh, okay. I'll take Ben, right? Thank you. So we move on now to item 2. And if you look at the time, we're supposed to start that since 14:05, so we're probably 20 minutes late. We'll cover it up. So approval of the minutes of the last annual general members meeting that held in Gaborone. So it's been circulated, and I'll just walk us through quickly so that we'll adopt it. So, minutes of the AGMM of Thursday, 9th June 2016, which opened at 14:10. We have attendance there. Statutory list does not contain every member. The agenda would move on to page 2. Any corrections on page 2 of the minutes? Any corrections? If there are no corrections, I move to page 3. Seeing no corrections, page 4. If there are no corrections, page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Can we ensure that those following us online don't have corrections? Comps department, flag me as necessary, please. Page 8. Page 9. Page 10. And page 11, before the chair seeks a motion for the adoption of the minutes on your behalf, I'd like to thank the Secretariat for keeping minutes of records that are flawless and have no corrections from members. Chair seeks a motion to adopt the minutes as presented. Fiona Songa, you are recognized. You don't have to put it for the records again. I thought I saw your hands up. Was that? Okay. You have the floor.
Motion. Yeah, she's the proposer.
To approve the minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. So, moved by Fiona, seconder.
I'll second.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Noted for another iteration. Mark Elkins supports this. Fiona Asonga moved. I'd like to ask members that we please consider the minutes of the special general members meeting that held on the 30th November at 9 a.m. in Sofitel Imperial Resort and Spa, Mauritius. I'll step us through in the like manner we did with the previous minutes. Page 1 of 19. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. Page 10. Page 11. Page 12. Page 13. Page 14. Page 15. Page 16. Page 17. Page 18. And last but not the least, page 19. In the like manner I did in the consideration of the previous minutes, I'd like to also appreciate the Secretariat for a beautiful job done. 19 pages of record, not a defect. Thank you very much, Alan. Thank you to your team. The chair seeks a motion for someone present at that meeting to please move a motion that we adopt the minutes. If you were present at that meeting at Flick and Flack, if you survived the gala the night before, please move that we adopt the minutes. I see Abdallah Omari. Please approach the microphone. Okay, it's okay, I'll take it. Time is against us. Moved by Abdallah. Chair seeks a seconder. I see Jean-Ver. Motion moved, motion seconded. All in favor say approved. All in favor say approved. Those against, same sign. Seeing none, minutes approved. Thank you very much. We are now on item 4 on the agenda, board activity update.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. Point of order. How are you distinguishing members of this organization versus the people who are observing in this room?
Thank you very much. Point taken. In years past, we've asked members to sit separate from observers, but now the community is growing larger, but your chair is also getting to know quite a lot of members by name. I would appeal that when people are recognized as they stand up, let your badges be conspicuous so that your colors are clear. And I would also say that I expect it is members who will move motions, who will raise queries and questions, but anybody is free to ask questions. On that note, I guess, Mr. Elkins, you're satisfied? I think I know you by name, by the way. So, board activity update. I'd like to quickly lead us through the activities of the board. Am I responsible for changing the slides? Okay. So it gets changed from the back. So I'll just say next slide. No. So board activity updates. Next slide. The board is composed of 9 members. We have 6 regions on the continent. We have a director from each of the 6 regions. We also have 2 independent directors who are not appointed specifically out of the regions, although they are from some region. And we also have the chief executive officer as the 9th member, who is appointed by the board. Also sitting in the board meetings now in a non-voting capacity is the legal counsel. Next slide. So to the specific members of the board, Mr. Krishna Sibon, you raise your hand, sits from the Indian Ocean. His term ends this 2017. Mr. Christian Bob from Congo. Mr. Andrew Alston. Lucky Masilela. Abibu Ntaigie. My humble self, Sunday Folayon. Itham El Nahal from Egypt. And Sheung Ojedeji from Nigeria. Independent, and of course, the Chief Executive Officer, Alan Barrett, and the Council, Ashok. Okay. I must be pressing the wrong thing. Okay. Now, the board has 3 standing committees. We have the Board Finance Committee, which Haitham chairs, and Chris, Christian, and Alan are members. We have the Remunerations Committee, chaired by the chief himself, Loki Masilela. Myself and Alan are members, and the Board Audit Committee, which is chaired by Andrew Alston and has Sheung and Abibu as members. We also have... Thank you. Pointer? Okay. Okay. I'm in trouble. Okay. There are 4 ad hoc committees in the board right now. These are committees created for specific purposes and which get dissolved when those results are achieved. The first is a committee constituted to review sundry MOUs. That has Christian Bob as the chair with Andrew Alston and Alan Barrett. We have a fees review committee that has Chris Seaborn as the chair and Alan Barrett and several other members from the community. We have an investigation committee that has Abibu Ntegie as chair with Lucky Masilela and Alan Barrett as members. And we also have a board associate membership criteria committee whose role is to come up with those criteria that's acceptable for associate membership of Afrinic. And Abibu is the chair. Itham and Alan are members of that committee. All right. In terms of corporate governance, the board reports to members face-to-face twice a year, as we're doing today, during the annual general members meeting, and also during the public policy meeting. And the board reports as often as necessary to members via the members and community mailing lists. The board has 2 advisory committees in terms of governance. We have the Council of Elders, which is made up of past chairs of the board, and the Governance Committee, which was created in November 2016, came into existence in January 2017. If you were in the room earlier in the morning, you would have listened to Abdallah Omari, the vice chair of that committee, give a report to the community. So the governance committee was constituted on 1st of January 2017, and we had the elections at the November meeting in Mauritius. So the governance committee, as I said, was constituted in November. The role is to advise the board, membership, and the communities on matters of governance. And there are 2 members appointed by the board, 3 members elected by the Afrinic membership, and a board member in non-voting capacity, who is the liaison. The legal advisor is also a non-voting member, and a secretary who is also non-voting. In terms of membership, Aisatu Jah, here in the room, raise your hand, Aisatu, is a member. Wafa Damani is not here. Abdallah, the vice chair, please raise your hand where you are. Thank you. Mike Silva is not here. Zaim Al-Houdin, she's not here. And Sheung Ojedeji, who is the board liaison. Please raise your hand. Thank you.